You know, there was a time not too long ago, in the days when we were newly born again, in the early to mid 90s, when children of God would meet, and especially men of God, preachers, and they would ask, what is God saying? You know? And somehow everybody had something fresh from God, which was some lesson that they were receiving from God. And they would always ask, what is God saying? And different people, pastors, evangelists, uh, apostles, and everyone had something which, I feel the Lord is speaking this. And that was like the communion that the children of God, especially the men of God, had at the time. But then you see somewhere along the way, because of that sort of communion, there came some progress, some outwardly progress, especially financial progress. And so people started seeing success. When they were saying that, it was all they had. What is God saying? What is the Lord saying? Now, after that, they kind of got off the radar in regard to what God is saying. And now you'd find discussions among men of God where they are discussing about what car do you drive, where, what house where do you stay and stuff, basically gauging themselves in that regard. And somewhere along the way, they think of what is good. It was so common that time. Mukama ayogera cheyo jemuli. And people always had something, that some message you're having from God. Now you see, we are back in that place where everybody at every time has to be having something which the Spirit of God is teaching you. Like you have to be in the school of the Spirit. You can't be there and there is nothing God is teaching you. So if I ask you, what is God teaching you? What is God saying? And you have nothing, just there. You see, then you are not an end time believer. Because in this end time, the Spirit of God has to have direct control over all his army, and he imprinting something in their mind, or rather in their spirit, which is going to be of extreme value to everybody, not just to them, to everybody. So he teaches you something which you are going to teach to other people, and so on, even if you are not actually in the fivefold ministry. Praise the Lord.